Thank you guys very much for attending today's class um, on better marketing a property using your free member product called Reela. I am your host, Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. Been here now for almost 19 years. Started off in the MLS department, so I know guaranteed I will speak to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So sorry about that. I got dog downstairs, got my door closed, so he's still a loud barker. So I apologize for that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over your free tool here because I love showing agents their fun technology, and that is Reela. Now, when it comes to marketing, I know you guys have a ton of things that you can do to market a property, some cheap, some not so cheap, or affordable, I should say. And Reela is one of these tools. Now, when it comes to property specific websites, I know the first thing that everybody starts to get really scared about is making a website. Sounds like it's going to be super complicated. I got to put in all this code. I got to do all this, that, and the other to get a property website started, right? I can be overwhelmed. Trust me, this is going to be an easy tool for you. Not to mention, this is free, so you don't have to pay anybody to make one for you. You can literally create a property website for any and all of your listings in less than 5 easy steps. Actually, 5 steps, technically. Okay. It's all the extra fun, gravy stuff that I want to show you today that's going to really promote this property. Okay. And it not only can you utilize this to help sell a property even faster, but it's also going to be great for your marketing because now you can show potential sellers what it is that you specifically do for your listings, whether it's a $5,000 listing or a $50 million listing. If you're creating property websites that are beautiful and gorgeous for all of your clients, that looks like you spend a lot of time doing, and you can show the results of having a property website to a client, then this is going to elevate you as an agent even further. And one of the big things that consumers want to see is getting money for their value. And this is a way that you can show value for what you're worth. Okay. Now, just real quickly, if we happen to go to Reela, RELAHQ.com, we're going to see here that this is Reela's main website. And down below, we can see some information about Reela, but really, more importantly, all the way down here under pricings and plans, we're going to see that they have a starter package of $24 per month to have one property website or active property website with a couple of agents or you and one other agent involved. Okay. Now you go, wait a minute, Tony, I thought this was going to be a free member benefit. It is. Even though it says that this is $24 a month, I wanted to show that for anybody that's not an Orange County Realtor member, they, to use this tool, will have to pay minimally $24 to make at least one website. Okay. And have any one website currently active. Now, because you're Orange County Realtor members, the website that you guys are going to go to is www.realahq.com/OCR. Okay. When you go to realahq.com/OCR, this will take you to a section. Looks very similar than what you just saw on their main website, but here it's going to say Orange County Realtors. Now, if you haven't activated your account yet, this is where you're going to go to do that. But just to show you the cost difference, if we scroll right down to the bottom here under prices and plans for Orange County Realtors, this is a free tool, and your free tool allows you to have 3 active property websites at any given time with, again, 2 agents. Now, there are some other things that we're going to talk about today that is included for being an Orange County Realtor member that is free. Okay. Not all of their products are free, but a majority of what you're going to need to do and want to do is all going to be free. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. But you'll notice here that you're saving yourself, let's see, $75 to have 3 active property websites right? If you're paying $24 per property website to have at least one, you are at least getting 3 of those at no cost to you. Now, you'll also notice that if you had more listings like 5 or more or 4 or more, then all of a sudden you're talking about $39 per month. But that's still saving you $10 per month to have the same number of property websites. But these are reusable. So as one listing sells, you deactivate it, which now frees up your one of 3 spots. Okay. So today, whether you're a listing agent right now or you're going to plan to be, go to Reela, RELAHQ.com/OCR. From here, activate your free account. Type in your first name, your last name, your email address, create a password, and then put in your user ID for the MLS. So very simply, Anthony Reed Tony at ocrealtors.org, create a password, and then put in what your user ID is. Okay. And then you're going to click on create free account. Once you create a free account, then you're going to be taken to the website section where you can now create a website. Now I'm going to show you here very easily how to create a property website in easy 3 steps. Or I'm sorry, in less than 5 steps. Okay. Now, step number 1, we're going to come over here to the top left corner and we're going to click on add a property. From here, we're going to now put in the property's address to our listing. So here, I'm going to type in the subject property address. Let's go with 17 Deer Spring. And actually, let me put up something that I know. 6 Clearwater, Laguna de Gale, California, 92697. And actually, I think it's 677. And now we're going to hit add a property. So step number 1, add a property. Here, what's going to happen is that now the system automatically puts in some data. So here under the details section, step 2, we're going to fill out some details about the property. Okay. Now you're going to notice here in the starting in the middle under property name, we've got the property address. We've got a very basic description that has already been plotted in. Now the property description is pulled from other public resources that your MLS listing goes out to. So public websites like OC Register, LA Times, Zillow, Redfin, any place where it's got information about your property, Reela scrapes. Now, here you may see your property description as put in the MLS, but this allows you to elaborate a little bit more. As you probably are aware that in a listing in the MLS, you're allowed up to a 15-character description in your public remarks. That now makes us have to be a little bit creative into what we have to say in order to describe the property. Now that there are some things that are not allowed per MLS, which are things like your name, your email, your website, your phone number, your other information. So what's nice about this, having your own personal website for this property, is that you can now type an unlimited length property description. So if you wanted it more than what was just showing in the MLS, you can now just simply click in the box and begin to type in. This property is a must-see. Call me for showings, or call or email me for showings today. Right? And then, of course, Tony at ocrealtors.org, 949-555-5555. Showings from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, showings from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This will go fast. So here we can write a better, more elaborate property description. Next, over here towards the right, property type. Typically, the property type will be automatically filled in based on your property description, but here we can now select the appropriate property type for our listing. But now this goes a little bit above and beyond, more so than single family or condo. You'll notice here that here are all the available different property types that you as an agent may represent in listing a home or listing a property. You have your duplexes, your triplexes, your quadplexes, mobile home, multi-units, right? Or multifamily units, timeshare, townhome, miscellaneous, land, or even better yet, other. Now, when you think about other, it asks you, well, what type of property is this? Well, maybe this is a business opportunity. Or even better yet, it's a commercial for sale. Right? It's a commercial unit. Just know that when you're creating a property website for your listing, you can utilize whatever you need. Even maybe this is a residential residential lease. So it doesn't have to be for sale. It can be up for lease. So now, if you're trying to get tenants into a property, you can now create property websites for your leases. Now, when it comes to list price or display price, typically your display price, what's on the listing. Okay. So your list price on the listing, maybe it's $900,000. You have your year built. Over here, continue to the right-hand side, bedrooms, bathrooms, half baths, square footage, lot size. Let's see, 3,000 square feet. Okay. How many stories? Is it the garage attached or detached or not at all? And of course, maybe you've even got some parking spaces. Back over here to the left, amenities. What the property has in it. You'll notice that here we have amenity suggestions. Here I can simply click on what choices I need. Great schools, city lights view, heated floors, heated pool, maybe a mountain view, quartz countertops. Okay. Maybe even walk-in closets. But wait a minute, Tony, my property's got other things that aren't listed in the amenity list here. Not a problem. Come back over to where it says amenities, click in the box, get your cursor to blink, and now type in what it is that you have or what the property has. Wine cellar. And then hit tab. Maybe in-law quarters. What else? Brother and sister bathrooms. Something. Type in all the amenities that your home has. Now, what's nice about this is that because this is amenities on a website, if somebody were to type in a Google search where these words or these choices are being typed in a Google search, this is now going to elevate your property website higher in a search engine. So step 2, we fill out the property details. We put in the list price if necessary, select the property type, rewrite over the property description, make sure that we select any and all amenities. Oh, by the way, we now can add in, or we can add into our property website any open house dates that we're hosting now that we can have open houses, okay, or even virtual open houses we can talk about. Okay. Now down below, click on the save button. So step 2, fill in the property details, hit save, save your work. Step number 3, we need to add in photos. So over here to the left-hand side, we have the photo gallery. By the way, does anybody have any questions so far? David, Jane, Leo? No questions? Okay. So we're going to come over here to the left-hand side. We're going to click on the photo gallery. When we click on the photo gallery, this is where we can upload our photos images. Now, just out of curiosity, anybody know how many photos you can have on a listing in the MLS? Not what you must have, but what you can have. Anybody? Like how many photos can a listing have on the MLS? No one knows? 75. You're right, David. Congratulations. 75 photos. You can have up to 75 photos on a listing or of photos on your listing in the MLS system. Now, the catch on that is that the photos can't be any larger than 6 megabytes. Okay. Now, how many photos does an actual photographer that you might hire for your listing actually take? David, how many photos did your photographer take of the property? Was it more than 75? Probably what? Maybe 120, maybe 130, sometimes in some cases, maybe 200 photos. Probably 60. Okay. So he took 60 photos. Okay. So you got 60 photos of your listing, but sometimes the photographer takes more than what's allotted on the MLS, right? What I love about this being your property website, you are unlimited to the amount of photos that you can upload. Okay. So yes, MLS limits you. So you may have to pick and choose out of your 200 count photo session for your photographer, your best 75. But you wish that you could use the other photos. Well, here in your property website, you can upload all 200 photos if you want. As a matter of fact, some photographers will go out of their way to give you high definition photos and then photos that are low definition, large enough just for the MLS, right? That aren't as crisp or as clean because of our size limitation. Here on our property website, we can now upload those high definition, high end photos to our list or to our property website. How we do that? Very simply, we come over here to where it says add files. Now we can browse our computer for those photos. And now I'm going to select the first photo. I'm going to hold down my control key or shift key, and I'm going to select the rest of the photos. And maybe in this case, I want the wine cellar and the theater room and everything else. Now, when I say open, because I'm going to open all 14 photos, we're going to now see these photos automatically uploaded all at the same time. So if it's 200 photos, this may take about 2 to 3 minutes, but just know these are going to be high definition photos that we've now uploaded in less than 2 minutes. So here we've got 2, 5, 14 images now all of a sudden uploaded. Okay. If you choose, maybe you want to change the order around. Very easy. We can do that. Come over to the photo you want to move, click on it, drag it, and place it where you want it to go. So now it's very quick and easy to be able to rearrange the photos for your property website. So that's step number 3. Step number 4, your theme and contact. The theme of your website, your contact information. Right away, we're going to see here towards the right-hand side what the website currently looks like. We can tell that by the current theme. What we can do is scroll through and look at what the property website looks like. If I don't like this theme, not a problem. Come over here towards the left, click on Change Theme. And what I love about this for being Reela members or Excuse me. Sorry about that. Orange County Realtor members, we actually have 2, 4, 6, whoops, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 different themed website templates that we can pick and choose from. These are all free to you. To simply choose one, it uploads it, and now you can preview it. So now you can pick your layout on how your property website for your listing looks. And again, just change theme. You don't like that one, scroll down on the list, find one that you do like or want to look at, select it. Okay. Actually kind of liked, oops. Let's try that again. There we go. I like that one. The Rhine. So here we've got that. Your logo. This is a place where you're going to upload your company logo. Okay. First Team, Remax, Realty One, Home Smart, Jack and Jill Real Estate, ABC Real Estate, whatever. Upload your company logo. By the way, your logo and your contact information, you only have to edit one time. This will be consistent through all of your future created property websites. Okay. Unless you change companies, you don't need to worry about changing your company logo. Okay. Just simply click here to add custom logo, upload your own company logo or upload your company logo to the website. Down below under contact information, hit edit. And now what you're going to do is fill out your contact information of who you are, how people are to get in touch with you, right? So your name, you're a realtor, your phone number, your email address, your company name, the official company name. Okay. Make sure you have that from your DRE license number because that's required for all first point of contact, as well as your DRE license number. You can even add in your own personal website, and you can even link your Facebook, your YouTube channel, your Twitter account, or any other social media platform that you as an agent like to be contacted at. You can even link your Zillow account if you wanted to, so people can see and all your reviews. Save this information. Once you do it, it's a set it and forget it until you have to change it. So step 4, choose your theme. Step 5, come up to the top left corner where it says not published. If you're ready to get this out there to the world, click on the down arrow next to not published and hit publish. Once you hit publish this property website, then the domain name is automatically created for you at no cost. Now, typically the domain name will always have the property address followed by .realahq.com. But you don't have to pay for that. And that is permanently yours. If for some reason you don't like this domain name, then you can come over to the left-hand side and click on add a custom domain. If you do that, then this will actually charge you a nominal fee of about $15 to create a unique domain name. But again, that will be permanently yours. Or maybe you already created a domain name for the property website. And now over here, you can put in the domain name itself, and then it will search to make sure that that domain name isn't already used. And I'm sorry, I switched that around. Available domain names, if I want something different, I can search for it and pay for it, or I can upload my own custom one that I created on, say, GoDaddy. So those are the 5 easy ways that we can make a property website in less than 20 minutes. Are there any questions on this? Did it look too simple? Didn't look simple at all. Are you guys taking it easy on me today? All right. So I see everybody's still waking up from lunch. Not a problem. So let's go over the fun stuff. Okay. So in those 5 easy steps, we could technically have a website. We can now take this website and start using it in all of our marketing materials. We can put it out there to the world for people to go to. One thing I do want to show you though is that on the property website itself, and we'll look at this. We'll just take a look at the website here. When someone finds this website or goes to this website and they scroll through this, what I love about this is that number one, they see your contact information, they see how your social media platforms, but if they want to get in touch with you, down below, there's a get in touch. They give their name, they give you their email address, and all they have to do is write a comment. The moment they hit send inquiry, Reela automatically within 30 seconds sends you an email notification indicating that someone has gone to your website and needs information. And they give you the lead. There is no third-party vetting necessarily. There is nobody at Reela getting this person and then holding on to them and maybe giving it to someone else. This all comes back directly to you. You don't have to pay anybody for this. This is yours. Now we need to add a little extra pop to this website. Okay. So we're going to do that starting with the photo gallery first, or actually starting with the showing schedule. As we all know, we have to now all set appointments. Okay. So this is a great way to, because of COVID and because of the PED form and things like that, even though we're starting to get back to somewhat of a normal showing schedule, we can now indicate on the property website to let people set an appointment. So we can turn on allow visitors to request a tour date. So we can use a standard calendar or Calendly or Acuity, which is 2 third-party calendar websites. But here, maybe you use a standard calendar. Okay. You can indicate your showing schedules. Again, the virtual open house, the date, the time. Do you allow in-person, live streaming, or is it a pre-recorded video? If it's a live stream whereby you're doing a Zoom meeting or Facebook Live or anything like that, put in the link, the title of the link, the URL, the date and the start and end time. So you can have that virtual showing available or the virtual open house available on the website. You can even allow people of the public to schedule a showing through you directly through your website. Okay. You don't have to go through showing time. You don't have to go through and try to figure out a different calendar. You're doing it all through the website. Okay. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, the photo gallery. We have these static pictures on our website. Okay. Which when someone's looking at it, we see the main image right here, but geez, we've got 200 other photos. Maybe we want a nice little slideshow or virtual slideshow on the website. So back here at the photo gallery, what I can do is come down below and above the photos, which by the way, not only can I move them, but you'll notice these white boxes underneath each photo. If I click in the white box, I can now write a nice little description about the photo. Okay. But above the photos here, we have the gallery options. If I click on that, I can now initiate or turn on a virtual slideshow. When I click on this, the system opens up. I'm going to now say I want the status of the virtual slideshow to be enabled. I can select how long the photos are to stay in the shot. So in this case, maybe I want 3 seconds instead of 6. I can do pan zoom, randomize it, or fade in and out of each photo. Maybe I want to fade in and out. I can even go as far as to select which photos are to be in the photo gallery or in the slideshow. Now at this point, I can hit save and close. Now to see what the virtual slideshow looks like on the website, I'm going to come back over to theme and contact, where we can preview the website here. And we're going to see here that in just a few seconds, it now starts to pan through the photos. So someone just sitting on the home page without having to scroll up and down can see all the listing photos, especially if I have more than, say, 10 or 15, right? I don't want them to wait all the way down to the bottom to look at the photo gallery. I want them to see these as they're looking at information. Third thing, videos and 3D tours. This is a great place where we're going to now upload videos and virtual tours for our property website. Now, some photographers will create a virtual tour for you. Others will not. So this affords you the ability to hopefully maybe create your own videos. We do have a video class on how to create videos. So shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to go over that with you. But say somebody gives you the agent or the photographer gives you a video and they give you that virtual tour link. Now, if the photographer is really fun and savvy, let's go with house tour. Wow, lots of crazy videos here. Let's go with virtual tour. There we go. So here we've got several virtual tours. Usually when a photographer emails you a video, they usually send you two links. One for the MLS, which is an unbranded video, and the other one is a branded video. Okay, it's got your marketing in it. It's got how to contact you, things like that. What you can do on the property website is come over to where it says add a branded video or upload an unbranded video. Click on the plus sign. And now you can either upload the link from either YouTube or Vimeo, whatever link you receive, or maybe you created one and you uploaded it to your YouTube channel. You can now copy that video from your YouTube channel. And I'm just going to grab one of my videos. Right? You get that video link. Now we can copy it. Whoops. Come back over and paste that link. And then we can say upload. Now, anybody know how many videos you can have in the MLS? David, do you know how many videos? You were spot on with the number of photos. Do you know how many videos you can have in the MLS? 2, correct. Only 2. Typically unbranded or 2 branded. So in a way, 4 videos, but only MLS members will see 2. Here, however, like with the photos and the photo gallery, we can upload as many videos as we want. We are not limited. As a matter of fact, if you're an agent and you do your own video marketing or you have your own video marketing game plan on your channel, maybe you have in your video collection an intro video of who you are and your team. Take that video and let's click on that. Take that video, your intro video, copy it, and now add it to your website. So you have your intro video, okay? You have your virtual tour video. Maybe you even upload a video about the city that this property is in, because you need to talk about the city amenities and you need to talk about the city. So you can upload as many videos as you want. And by the way, these can be 4K or higher video quality, because YouTube does have 4K capability uploads. Okay. Now, anybody here heard of Matterport? The 3D tours, right? The dollhouse effect that people can virtually walk in. Okay. If you haven't heard about those, these are really cool virtual tours. A little bit different than the video walkthroughs. Okay. What this does is it allows the person to feel like they're actually in the home. Now, you do have a section here for those 3D tours. Now, what's really easy is that, say you have a tour that you've done, okay, or you've gotten done. Then you can take that tour, place it in, and now you have not only regular video, but you also have the 3D model tour. Now, if you've never been through one of these 3D Matterport tours before, you're going to really love it. I highly recommend that you guys do this. I mean, this was really popular last year because of the lack of availability to go into a home. And I think this is, this has been really popular, say, for the past 4 or 5 years. Just a lot of agents started really doing them back in 2019 and 20, because nowadays you've got a lot of clients that are out of town, right? But just to show you what this tour looks like, we're going to hit play. Now you're going to notice here that in this tour, there's the 3D VR goggles, right? Great for anybody who's got those that I can stick my phone in and I can now virtually walk around the house. But we can see here that I can look up and down. I can start walking in the rooms to kind of get the feel of what this home looks like. I can walk down the hallways. I see there's an office there. There's a bedroom down the hallway. What's in here? Oh, this is where the kitchen is. Walk around the kitchen, looking up and down and all around. Sinks clean, beautiful views from the kitchen, nice little patio area. So we can now literally walk through this house. I don't have to wait for a video to show this to me, because a lot of times a regular 2D video gives me only one perspective. A tour like this allows me, a potential client, to virtually walk through this entire house to get the feel of this home. So these tours are amazing for you all. Okay. And I highly recommend that you start getting these done, because now, unlike yesterday's clients where they were okay with 30, 40, 50 showings before making a decision, with tours like this, clients now only want to see their top 5, maybe 10, if that, but usually their top 5. They've already seen what's inside the house. They just want to get an actual feel for the property. So step number 3 here, this is a great place for you to upload your videos and your 3D tours. Step 4, or number 4, music. You can add music to your property website. Here Reela gives you a list of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 different songs to play that are all duty-free for your website. So now we can add a little pizzazz. Now, just simply click on the play, and hopefully you can hear this. Hear the song, right? Get a feel. Not Once you find a song that you like, choose add. Okay, so now you can upload that song. The reason why I don't want to show you guys how to upload your own music is that you need to be careful of copyright. If you, even though you might have bought the album from iTunes or what have you, you still are not allowed to use that music to gain monetary value. Okay. Now you may go, well, geez, this is my property website. Why can't I use my own music? Well, unless you're the artist yourself making your own music, if you're using another artist's music without their permission, you're actually technically infringing our copyright. So make sure that you don't use anything that you've downloaded or scanned from disk onto your audio library. Okay. Instead, I would suggest using the default duty-free music that doesn't cost you any money, or if you are really savvy and you are a musician, make up your own songs. But I don't think most of us are like that. Anybody here like that? I know I'm not. I much rather cook rather than sing. You don't want to hear me sing. Let's see here. Another tool that's really cool for your property website. Remember how we were talking about under the details section? I can indicate that my property website is a lease, right? Well, what's one of the many things that people need to know about a lease? Probably they need or want an application to rent the home. This is where back over here to the left-hand side, we can click on docs and floor plans. And from here, we can upload PDF files. So maybe we go into zip forms, we create a tenant transaction, put in the application to rent, put in the address to the property, and then we save as a PDF to download that document. And now we can upload it for someone to download to fill out, to submit an application. Or maybe we upload files like certain disclosures or what have you that certain people need to know about before they buy the property or even visit the property. Maybe there are certain procedures that they need to follow, or the CDC guidelines for social distancing that we all have in zip forms that we're posting on our properties to remind them to social distance while they're there. So you can upload all that. Let's see here. Next thing. By the way, any questions so far? Anybody liking what you're seeing so far? Yes, excellent, David. So are you excited about making your property website right now? Yes, excellent, good. Now, next thing that we're going to talk about here is that after you create the property website, you put in their music, your videos, right? How do we need to promote it? What's one of the many things that we probably need to do? Flyers. Anybody here make their own flyers? Jane, Leo, do you guys make your own flyers for your listings? You probably pay somebody, right? Problem is by the time they get the flyer done, right, get it approved by you, they get it done, they go start printing. It's what, 2 or 3 weeks out? And usually right now with the hot sellers market that we're dealing with, 2 weeks, your property should be gone, right? Hopefully. Well, and of course, why pay somebody exorbitant amounts of money on something that you can do yourself? Now, there are tons of tools that allow you to create a property flyer, right? You've got things like Word, you've got Excel, you've got, or not Excel, you've got PowerPoint, you've got Pages, you've got Keynote, you've got other third-party websites that you could go to. But why do that? Why do I have to create everything from scratch? This is where the brochures section comes in. If I go to the brochures section, because you're Orange County Realtor members, you have access to create flyers, brochures, social media style postings, and of course, postcards. Each of these have their own series of templates. Like as an example, for the flyers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flyers to choose from. These are fully editable PDF documents that are high definition. Simply select a flyer that you like, and I'm sorry, click on the down arrow and say use this design. The flyer is going to open up. It's going to have the information about your property. And now what I can do is click on the magnifying glass, and now I can edit everything about this flyer. I can put in my logo or change it. I can change the fonts. So maybe I want the font size bigger, and maybe I want the color to be, oh, I don't know. Let's take a look at our color wheel. This time I want it purple. And let's see here. I want, let's see, I want maybe a different photo. Or maybe I need to add in extra text boxes. I can now create a text box, and actually, let's just make it super simple. Just listed, right? And again, I can change my colors. I can change my bold to text, change the size, move it, rotate it. I can make this flyer look however I want. Now at the end of the day, I can hit save. When I hit save, I can then go back and I can now download it. If I download this high def PDF, I can now email it to my marketing guy and say, print me off 100 copies on cardstock that needs to be done tomorrow when this listing goes live. There are even flyers that are 2 pages, front and back. And again, I can select it. I can see the front and back page. And then again, I can just hit the magnifying glass and edit everything on this flyer. I can change the pictures out. I can change the font styles. I can even change the background colors. Brochures. Anybody here ever been to a multi-million-dollar property before, like in Laguna Beach or Huntington Beach or Newport Beach? And you've been, while at the showing, the agent has that 4 or 5 page nice book about the home. Anybody ever see those? And probably in talking with your people at your office, those books are not expensive to create and print, right? I think somebody would told me at one point in time it was like $10 per book to put it together, which that can be a lot of money. Well, wait a minute. We have here brochures. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different template layouts that are the 4-page books. And again, everything is going to be editable about this book. But if I select one, and let's go with this one here, and I say use its design, this is a front and back PDF booklet that again, I can now download or edit if I choose on each and every page, edit, and then save it, and then I can download it and send it off to the printer. Kinko's, Costco, whatever. Print me out 10 copies or 30 copies of this book, front and back. Because that's the way the file is. First page, second page, third page, fourth page. And it probably saves you a ton of money on that book for that multi-million-dollar property. Those of you who are into social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, right? Here we've got several templates that we can pick and choose from for our social media platforms. And again, everything about this, that post is fully editable for you. That once you download it, you can then upload it to, say, Facebook. Crisp, clean, modern. Postcards. Love this one. You've got, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 different postcards to choose from. all different sizes, front and back, 6 by 11, 5.5 by 8.5, right? Long wise, tall wise, whatever you need. You select it, and let's go with this one. And from here, this is a front and back postcard. So now instead of waiting for your marketing team to create a postcard for you, which takes them a week to get about a just listed or even just sold, maybe we need to change this to just sold, right? We can change that. So we can crop the image, right? We can overlay it. We can do whatever we need to with this image. And again, at the end of the day, I can download it and send it off. So in a way, I don't have to spend a ton of money. This is all free. At one point in time, I do believe that Reela is creating one for door hangers once that gets available, or once we're able to do that again. Are there any questions on this? Anybody like this? All right. Last thing that we're going to talk about here is marketing. How easy is to market this property? Facebook. Creating Facebook targeted ads. What I love about Reela is that Reela has partnered up with Facebook to allow you to create a targeted ad in less than 2 minutes. Anybody here ever make a Facebook targeted ad for their Facebook business page before? No one? Okay. If you haven't, it may sound complicated. It's not, it's just tedious. I want to say on average, it usually takes somebody for the very first time anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to make a targeted ad, right? But you are making the entire ad from scratch. Here with our property website, we can actually make a targeted ad in less than 2 minutes. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you via video, and I'm just going to fast forward how these steps work. Okay. So it's really super easy and super simple. After you create the property website and you now want to push it out to the world, you're going to come back over to your overview of the property website. Okay. From here, you're going to click on Get Started for your Facebook targeted ad. Okay. It's a super easy generator. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to utilize, but trust me, you're going to love this. And I will share a story here in a minute telling you that it really works. Okay. Now, in order to do this, you must have a Facebook business page. Okay. Per Facebook, any business that you're doing must be done on a business page. So if you haven't created a Facebook business page yet, not a problem. I can go over how you can do that or create that because it's really super easy to do. Okay. But once you do that and you click on Get Started for the very first time, it's going to ask you what, can we link to your Facebook business page? And it's going to ask you for your Facebook login. Okay. Now, once you do that and you click on Get Started, the ad generator opens up. Okay. Now, here in the ad generator, we've got several things that we want to look out for first. And let me look at this here just overall. Okay. Here, you can run it on your Facebook business page, and it's going to have your Facebook business page here at the top. But more importantly, your budget and timing. How much money you want to spend, how long you want to run the ad. Okay. You can say when you want the ad to start, when you want it to end, at what times. Okay. And then, of course, you can allot yourself a budget. Now, the minimum budget for a targeted ad is $9 now, not $6. Okay. And actually, is it still $9? Yeah, it's still $9 with a minimum of $50 to run. So it's at least, you must spend at least $50 at $9 per day to run your ad. Okay. So here you can put that information in. And it's always good to be on a budget, right? Because you don't want to be indefinite on any of this. Now, over here towards the right, under the audience, what is the objective of what the ad needs to do? Do you want to capture leads, or do you just want people to view the website? Typically, you as real estate agents want to capture leads. What kind of leads do you want to capture? Buyer leads, agent leads because you're a recruiter for your office, lender leads for, just to meet other affiliates, or investors. They are adding, or I think they've added another one here for sellers. Typically, if it's my listing, I want to generate buyers. So select buyers. Now, what's also changed is this section down below. You can no longer, based on Facebook advertising, pick out a certain gender to market to. That would be considered discrimination. So they took that away, just like they took away age. No longer can you pick an age group. So even though it might be in a 55 or older community, you can no longer say 55 on up. It must always be based on Facebook advertising, 18 and older. Okay. Down below, you can say how far out from the subject property do you want to market? 5 miles, 10 miles, 100 miles, 300 miles around the subject property. In this case, the property address. Okay. They used to have zip code, but again, I think because of discrimination and lawsuits that Facebook went through, they took that option away. At one point in time, very early on, you could actually point out what cities you wanted your targeted ad to be seen in on people's Facebook. But again, because of lawsuits, people said, well, that's discrimination. You can't do that. So they said, mark it out around the property. In this case, you can say up to 200 or 300 miles. Okay. Now, once you do that and you hit next, we get to see what the ad looks like. Now you'll notice here, everything's already pre-placed in. This is fully customizable. You can add or edit any existing text. You'll notice that at the top, it won't say real estate, it will say your Facebook business page name. So if you've ever been through any of my social media classes, social media module 1, when I tell agents to create a Facebook business page, make sure that it's got your name, comma, realtor with your DRE license number on it. And then at the top of your ad or the beginning of your post, put in the name of your company. So you're going to edit that personalized message here by putting in the name of your company. That way, this ad meets all first point of contact requirements by DRE. Down below, you don't have to necessarily edit anything here, but you can edit the photos. You can make it a slideshow. You can even add in or upload a video about the property. Okay. So you maybe even a shorter 30-second little stint on the property itself, or you could just upload your virtual tour to it. But more importantly, down below, it refers the property website. It refers to the property website. It's got some of your description here, and you have the Learn More button. The Learn More button is going to be really super awesome, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now from here, after you edit the content, if you choose, and what we can then do is when we hit next, this now allows us to review the ad. We get to see what the ad's going to look like. From here, we get a review of the budget and the timing. So in this case, this person's running a $50 ad over the next 6 days between this date and that date. What's the objective of the ad is to generate buyer leads. Okay. And we're ready to go. We just need to hit publish. The moment we hit publish the ad, it will go out on the date and the time that we have designated. Now, what happens here with the ad? The ad goes out. The ad at this point is now seen in people's news feeds. So unlike a boosted post, which appears to the left or to the right of their social media, a targeted ad always appears in the middle of the news feed. Now, that person at this point looking at this ad could do several things. One, they can like your business page, or two, they can click on learn more, or number three, they can click on the ad itself and it will direct them directly into the property website. Now, maybe they went to the property website, or maybe they just click on learn more because they like the video that you put in here and they want to know more about the property. When they click on learn more, the window opens up. It's already got the person's name, their email address, and their phone number. Now, this is the cool thing. Because you have a Facebook account, you must give over your name, you must have an email or a valid email address, and you must have a valid phone number. So what does this mean for you? It means that Facebook has already vetted the true data information about this person. At which point the person can now hit submit. Now, the moment they hit submit, this is where you need to watch out for your email notifications, right? You're sending an email, hey, somebody has given information based on your Facebook ad. If you get push notifications to your phone, you should get a push notification. John Smith wants to learn more about your property targeted ad from Facebook, right? Because you have Facebook push notifications sent to your phone device. So anytime you turn on your phone, any notification will appear the moment you turn on your phone. So what do? You now go back into Reela, you go back into edit this property, look at the overview, and now we're going to see the ad performance. First thing that we're going to see is how well the ad ran. What days, how many hits, right? Ultimately, what you look for is this: how many leads you received or captured, how many people clicked on the ad, how many people saw the ad, and how much money you spent. So in this case, the person spent $100 to run their ad. So far, they've only spent $54.99 of their $100. But in that $54.99, 1,200 people saw the ad. Out of those 1,200 people, 74 people actually clicked on the ad itself. And out of those 74 clicks, 7 people want information. So now you go, well, geez, Tony, where's those 7 people? Well, down below under that overview are those leads. Here we have the names of the leads. And if you click on a lead, when you open up that lead, you're going to see their phone number and their email address. Now you have a choice to either email them directly or call them directly. Oops. Or call them directly. All for $100. Now, how many of you think that is way too simple? Anybody? That's malarkey. It can't be that easy, right? Wrong. It is that easy. It is that easy. And let me show you what let me share with you what I mean. About a year and a half ago, I was in Laguna Woods, and if you know Laguna Woods, that's usually, where the senior community is, and there's a couple of real estate offices there. And I taught this exact same class. Now, one of my students from that class, his name is Warren, said, "There's no way it could be that easy." And I said, "Trust me, it is." Right? Because he goes, "Oh, it's got to be more complicated than that, because I've done this, I've done that, and they say it's easy, but when you actually do it, it's not." So I said, "Okay, Warren, after our class, let me spend 5 minutes to sit down with you. Do you have a property website? Did you create it on Reela?" He said, "Yes, I did. I just haven't created the ad portion." So after class, saw him in his office. He sat me down. He said, "Okay, walk me through these steps. Based on what you told me, I clicked on get started." Got it. He picked his date and his time. He ran it for 2 weeks in the month of February. Okay. He was going to spend $100. He wanted to generate buyer leads, and he had picked out several areas or several 100 miles around the subject property, which was in Laguna Woods. And he hit submit. He didn't even change anything about the ad, right? He left it the exact basic, the one photo, learn more, a basic description, and that was it. And I said, great. He goes, man, that was easy. And I said, great. Now, I told him, I've not seen actual results. I've only seen the video results, but I'm really curious to see what those results were. And in your 2 weeks, would you mind letting me know about how well your ad did? He said, sure, not a problem. Now, 3 weeks go by. I hadn't heard from Warren until maybe late part of that last or that third week, when Warren gave me a call because I was going back out to his office to teach another class. And Warren said, hey, I just saw, my broker notifying me that you're going to be out here. And it just reminded me, I forgot to call you about my Facebook ad. I said, oh yeah, that's right. Tell me a little bit about what happened. And he did. Now, I was really ecstatic about it by what he wanted to share. And the most disappointing part of that portion of what he told me, and actually I will tell you what happened in his ad. In his ad, he had gotten 1,700 clicks. So he ran his 2 week ad, spent $100. He had gotten 1,700 people to click on it. He had 1,700 impressions. He had 95 people actually click on the ad. Out of those 95 people, he had 13 leads. And I said, oh my gosh, Warren, that is awesome. Did you convert any of those leads? And he said, Tony, I'm going to tell you something super disappointing. I hope you don't get mad. And I said, uh-oh, what happened? Did you not convert any? He goes, I had them. He goes, I totally forgot to even look and keep track of all these leads. And it was just a week ago that it ended. And I said, Warren, I'm out at your office tomorrow. Can you promise me 2 things? Number one, please call all 13 leads today, right at this moment. The moment you hang up with me at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, give all 13 leads a call. And then no matter what, positive or negative, please tell me and the class tomorrow, because I like to use you as a follow-up, and tell us how successful this was, because I want them to hear it from you. He said, no problem, Tony. I'll do that for you. Hung up with him. Next day comes by. I meet him at the office, right? And he's super excited. He goes, I can't wait to tell you and everybody what happened. And I said, awesome, Warren. Great. So when class began, I said, hey, everybody, just as a follow-up for Reela, this is what happened, explained everything. And I said, Warren, tell us what happened. And of course, the broker's sitting right there. And he goes, well, Tony, when I called you, I hadn't called a single lead, even though I got 13 leads, within that 2 week period. And of course, the broker just shook his head, and everybody kind of giggled and laughed because, that's typical agent style, right? They sometimes forget to follow up on the leads. And I said, Warren, what did you promise me yesterday? He goes, I promised you I would call all 13 leads. I said, did you? He goes, Tony, I did. And I said, did you convert any of them? He goes, Tony, I converted 6 of those 13 leads. He goes, I've got 3 people actually coming in from out of town or back into town to want to see this one home. And the other 3 didn't like the home, but they wanted to know other properties in and around this area. And I said, that is awesome. So a month goes by. So out of those 13 leads, he converted 6 leads in a day, just by calling them, reintroducing himself, and got them to want to see that property. A month later, those 3 leads that wanted to see the house, one of them actually closed on the home. Those other leads, the 3 that were wanting to look at other properties and the other 2 that didn't get that one, he ended up getting into escrow on other properties. So he converted and closed successfully all 6 of those leads, more than he would have had if he hadn't had done that. And he was super happy because he had just created the listing not even 3, or had gotten the listing 3 weeks prior. So it does work, honestly. Are there any questions on this? Anybody super excited today to even try out some of these tools? Yes, appreciate it. Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for attending today. Um, I hope you all really enjoy this. At least activate your free account. So if you don't have a listing now, at least, when you get a listing, you can, add this to your repertoire. Oh, by the way, before we go, just so you know, when you are done with the property, say the property closes, go back into that property in Reela. And from there, what you are going to want to do is take that property and make it from published and change it to not published. What this will now do is, because you only have 3 active property websites at any given time, you can now change it to inactive, which now will free up. But what's nice about this is, or what you don't want to do is delete it. The reason why we don't delete this is that we can use this in our marketing. And what I mean by that is that you're going to show people, potential sellers, that what you do. Like, you create this property website for these various different clients. And then if you've done the targeted ads for those clients, you can now show them, based on these analytics, the ad performances. Don't show them the leads, obviously, but at least show them the ad performance. When I do a targeted ad using the property website, this is the success rate that we are getting. We're getting so many leads, people who want to see it, who may want to buy, that we can work with. Or these are how many people we hit in that genre. So you can now share all of that with them, and you can show them the different properties that you represent, that you now show value of what you do. It's better than just saying, well, I do property websites. Really? Well, let's see what they look like. And for you to go, I don't have one, just log right into Reela. Show them these properties. Okay. All right. Well, again, I want to thank everybody for attending today. Thank you so very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to either call me or email me. My phone number is 949-586-6800, extension 104, or feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email at Tony, TONY, at ocrealtors.org. And I'll write that in the chat here, TONY at ocrealtors.org, or call me at 949-586-6800, extension 104. With that said, everybody attending today will get a copy of today's webinar, if not later today, tomorrow. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, please take advantage of your free member benefit. And I can't wait to see more success for you as real estate agents.